Welcome, dear friends. It's my pleasure, my uttermost pleasure, to be here in front of you, beautiful beings. My name, you can call me Miriam. And I am what I am. And what I am right now in front of you with this channel I am that I am. The way I am that I am with this channel in this moment is a way of frequency matching. The brain waves he is emitting has a cycle like natural cycles, the way he is now tuning himself to this frequency so we can match each other halfway, middle way, or just right here, right now. It is what you can consider as when you smell a particular flower and you lose yourself in the moment because you can buy these smells. They unleash something in you that you cannot really explain. What is happening by frequency is that you are matching that of the flower and are communicating directly with the flower. All is frequency, all is vibration. This evening, we have provided 2 topics that will be discussed, that will be, from our perspective, sent out and by way of receiving, by resonance, the way you will respond to it is by way of frequency. So by tuning into your frequency, tuning into your own unique vibration, tuning into your unique potential, is what this topic will cover. Why are we in this particular place? Fredrikstad. There is a name and a city in this name. The name Fredrik. What does it mean? Well, when it got that name, that regent was the one that ruled. And people were gathered in a town, in a city. The 12th of July is today's date. We decided this date. We decided it because of frequency and vibration, and connected to the topic is why we are gathered exactly here. And by way of this location, we will bring in a new energy later to come forth and share his perspective on living and on transitioning, because this resonates with how you can be your authentic self. How, by way of reaching your soul fragments and gather it and integrate it, how this will bring your vibration, authentic self into your own energy essence, soul essence. And I hope and know that you have questions, and we are delighted to receive and answer these. This will be our energy that will answer these questions. Since there are 5 souls gathered here now in this dimension, excluding the channel, we would like to know when you need a break. We can sense it, but also, if you need a break, please say so. Hello, dear friends. This is Prince Ibrahim. Delighted I am to be here in front of you right now in this moment. Such a delight and pleasure to see some of you again. And new faces. Yes. About the topic, how to enter, how to bring forth your unique potential, and how you can be your own authentic self. Well, to begin with, to continue where we left off with the natural cycles that we talked extensively about in the last event. There is a formula with regards to the cycles. This formula we would love to share with you right now, right here, in this very moment. It's a formula that has been lost, that has been disregarded, but it's more important now than ever for you to be in contact with the natural cycles once again. And by way of this formula, start easy, start slow, because your nervous system, your intellect, your emotional body is not used to it. So, number 1, grounding. By way of grounding, we mean by putting your feet in salted water. What this does, it helps your energy bodies that you cannot see to cleanse, to start regaining their baseline. And not any salt, natural, pure salt, not industrialized salt. "20 minutes dissolved salt in body temperature water. This is a way to cleanse your field, to start ground your body. Good evening. This is Geoff. Continuing with the formula. Why is this important with the salt? Well, salt is of the earth. Salt contains crystals. When dissolved, starts energizing the field around your bodies of connecting your cusonometric cubes, dodecahedron cubes, geometric forms of information in your field, and will start to reorganize what is unorganized in your field. Why is this important? Well, to start with, you have 4 bodies. In many cultures, you can split them into 4. You can split them in many. But for this concept, this topic of what we are sharing now with this formula, you can say you have 4. With your energy body that is emitting constantly energy, because you are energy, condensed light manifested in the elements of Mother Earth, you are emitting. And when you are emitting your light body, when it's unorganized, it will start to deflect and create barriers within your own energy body, energy field, and will distort the way you respond to nature, the way you respond to relationships to other energy forms, because yourself, your energy body is disorganized. So an easy method, a grounding method to help your energy body to come into their own natural cycle is to ground your feet in salted water. In a few years, you humans will have discovered the way of how geometric shapes and forms are related to your energy field, and by way of organizing these geometric forms and shapes, you will come to see that natural salt, when dissolved in water, will naturally start and kind of boost your energy body healing process, and by way of entering the emotional body, the physical body, and mind body. Number 2. Collect beet roots. Beet roots? Ground the beetroot, ground them into almost like powder, like very small pieces, from about 0.5 millimeters to maybe 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, at the maximum 7, 8 millimeters. Ground them, cook them. After the water has boiled up to the boiling point, put the roots in about 5 to 10 teaspoons. Let it simmer for about 3 to 4 minutes. Turn it off. cool it, rinse it. Mix it with ionized water. By ionized, we mean water that has an ionized structure. So, by the molecules that are accumulated in the ionized water, by way of connecting with the beetroots, will help your root chakra to reboot, to let your energy systems start over again, to flow again with the natural cycles of Mother Earth. Drink these beetroot, and if it's not comfortable to drink right away, chew. Keep it in your mouth and mix with your saliva in your mouth for a couple of seconds, or as long as you would like, and swallow. Do this as your morning, part of your morning practice. First 20 minutes grounding, then the beetroot, and we are talking about the beetroot itself. It can be a yellow, white, red, orange. They come in many colors and forms. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3 is an exercise you do after you have done the first 2. When you sense the beetroot being drunk, being allowed through your throat, connecting eventually down in your belly. Use a visualization of light. Imagine the beetroot, if it's a red, before you grind it, connect to the color of the beetroot. Connect to the color so strongly that you know exactly what color it is. And you can bring forth that color the whole day because you know what color it is. And when you take the beetroot into your body, connect to that color and sense that color being infused with light, with so pure, intense light, the way it will be absorbed by your body will assist your energy systems into rebooting to the natural cycles, to the natural flow of life. Why visualization for someone to visualize is a hard process? Well, if you can't do it, keep a beetroot by your stand and look at it when you intake it, when you take it into your body. The color, the way of the color does something to your natural system because your body are built on natural systems of flow, as is Mother Earth, as are the trees, all forms of life. By doing this, you assist not only your energy body around your physical body, you also assist your internal body by bringing new, pure light, strong, pure, condensed light into your body. If you are on a fasting schedule, if you don't want to take this in as part of your morning ritual, we recommend that you do not do this ritual by noon, midday to the evening at 6 p.m. Then you do it after as part of your evening ritual. Because your body in the morning are more susceptible to the salt, to the beetroot, to the light in the morning before midday. Same principle in the evening. So between 6 and 7 p.m., if you want to postpone the ritual, works also. Number 4. Number 4 is a way of honoring. Honoring your temple of 4 bodies. The first is about grounding. The second is about condensing and unleashing. The third about vocalization. The fourth about honoring. Well, and how do you honor the natural cycles? How can we honor what have been given? The salt from the earth, the beetroot from the earth, your mind from visualization, the smell, all your senses in this formula will be activated. So by honoring is about breathing. It's simple, but it's a way of honoring. Night and day, you can say, is breathe in, breathe out. So, by honoring this formula, you will chant You honor the wind. You honor the element of wind, which is essential for making the natural cycles flow the way it needs to flow. By honoring the wind, you honor your own breath. You don't need to do it out loud, you can do it internally. Vibration, by vibration, at the end of this formula, will reset your physical, your mind, your emotional, your energy bodies to the natural cycles of this Mother Earth. And it's a relatively short practice. And if you don't have beetroot, use a different vegetable that you know have had a good life in fertile soil that has a color that attracts you. and resists you. You can do both. Why does it resist you? Well, it might have something to do that you're out of flow with the natural cycles, or in the flow, because you live in 4 seasons. So what is red in autumn is gray in winter, all depending on the seasons. So start with the beetroot. Start with a vegetable that you are comfortable with to make the process easy. This should not take more than 30 minutes. We will take questions regarding the formula at the end. Back to the original subject. Well, by providing this formula, you can see it as a tool, a kickstart to come more in natural flow with the cycles. The cycles that has existed for Mother Earth's beginning. So, there is a reason why we wanted to have this topic as the first one, because it has to do also with how to enter your authentic self. It is hard to enter your authentic self when you are out of balance with the natural flows of life. So, let's now assume that you, souls before me now, are full in tune with your own instruments, in tune with Mother Earth's instrument. And as we play our tune together, when you listen to an orchestra and more instruments tune in, what happens? It's like there is more life to the symphony. It becomes more diverse, more love-shaped, playful, joyful, somber, all the emotion it can invoke. And the same when you are in tune with your own cycles, your own natural cycle, you will easier attune to your emotion of joy and express it. Same with grief. You will tune in with it, express it, and move on. Same with anger. You express it and move on. Here is my limit. Don't come any further. and you move on. Same with love. You express it. You tell your partner or your pet or your flower, I love you. Right now, I am so filled with pure joy, emotion, pure love, and I need to express it so you can hear it, so you can take it in. And because I do it of unconditional love, I don't expect anything of you in return. I just want to express it, and then I move on. There is no judgment of any emotion. There just is. How wonderful life, the human life, can be flowing when these emotional states are just lived, not resisted in any form. That's utopia now, because the way we sense humans living now are very incapable of living just that, of being just that. And why does this split? Why does this natural states of flow, why is there resistance? Well, we can put many names on it that you probably heard before. But let's just say, not out of the highest frequency of love. What happens when a baby is not nurtured by their needs? They need to be fed, they need to be nurtured with love, caressed, to be held, to be felt safe, in order to naturally develop this state of flow. When it's not met, what does it do? It starts to reorganize. How can my needs be met? It starts to cry out, I have a need. And if it's not met, and worse, if it's not at all being safeguarded, but threatened in a way that it doesn't see another way out than split. This is what soul's fragment splitting can be termed. By way of entering this world, you have a soul essence. Let's say a soul energy. And the body, the soul, has already agreed by how much amount of energy it will incarnate with. But when the needs are not met, when it feels it needs to safeguard itself because it's so threatened, it needs to separate itself, it separates. And in that timeline, in that exact moment, an energy is split from the soul essence. If the baby's needs are met in a timeline that interacts with the timeline, it's split, it will naturally collect and integrate the one that was split and left behind. And by way of living a life in separation, out of tune with the natural cycles, humans' needs are not being met because you are one out of tune with the natural cycles that again accelerate the fear and need for control, and the need for control and fear separates, and with separation comes these other forms of low energy frequency. So, if you have this concept of splitting tiny little part of your soul essence in that timeline, and it's not gathered, found, or integrated again, you will find yourself looking for something, and you will look and look and look outside until you find someone that can direct you into the path of the knowing that you, in a certain time in your life, felt so threatened, felt so separated, that you left a part of your soul essence in a timeline. And by way of having a life, not having the teachers to tell you, you are fragmented. I can see it by your energy field, by the color of your skin, by the lack of emotions that you are emitting, by the lack of natural cycles in your life. I can see that you are split. So, this is a concept that you maybe are very aware of, maybe not. That's why we will call forth an energy that is connected to this location, and this energy we will hear from hers, its perspective of how the soul fragments itself in separation because of fear of not being loved, of not being accepted, whatever word, emotion you want to give it. Please, all of you, we are here for your highest good. Be aware that this energy that we call forth is also here for your highest good. Bear in mind, it's an energy that does not normally interact with other energy consciousness, so please be patient. Good day. It's so strange. It's so strange to be connecting to a human. It's a strange way of expressing myself, because I do not express myself through a human. What am I? Well, you can call me a transition gatekeeper. It's a term that I find in this channel that is partially true, that is partially part of my existence. I assist fragmented souls when they, in their reality, by meaning your reality, when they draw their last breath and enter what you might call as a dimension higher, they recognize that they are fragmented and need to be shown where, which, when, how they were fragmented. I assist them in this process. So I am keeping the gates where of how the timelines intertwine and how they can be released and integrated, and they can move on. This channel has a grandfather that he helped with one of these separated, split soul parts. It was an event in his life that he never reconciled with, that he never ever dared to look at again. We will not enter the details other than saying this was during World War. And during the World Wars, many souls fragmented themselves. And I had a lot to do. How do I assist them? Well, it can be through many, 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 many infinite modalities. 99% that you cannot see or hear of, because time does not exist when you transition over. But how then can you collect the timelines? Well, the timelines are condensed light in a form. And it's depending on the shape of the form, I will guide them through which form they need to look for. Because when the soul realizes it's a soul, this was just a dream or a life dream where I separated myself from my soul to learn, to grow, to heal, to live, to express all the above and below. Well, now I can see I fragmented myself in order for me to have a biological body. I needed to fragment myself. Same thing when the soul is so threatened by this reality, when it doesn't realize it has all the potential in the world. But when it's in a biological form and being threatened, it naturally separates in order to protect the mind from not splitting itself more. So it splits in one part to protect the remaining part of the system. And you can recognize this in your own fear systems. You become fearful, being frightened, and you forget the whole situation. Same thing. Well, why am I here now? Why am I here to tell you this? Well, if you are to enter your unique vibration, your uniqueness, to be your soul essence in the way, in the natural flow of way that you incarnated, well, you have to realize when you split. And you need to collect, you need to integrate these soul fragments. By being here in this location, you can sense, because you have energy bodies. Some of you have already sensed some souls not being fully integrated to move on. And some of your stories regarding these souls, ghost stories, other stories, is connecting to these soul fragments. Let's say this soul is not aware that it has separated. It Well, it knows, but it has brought its same fear system that keeps it separated. So it knocks, it uses different modalities to assist itself, to help, to get help by your reality. Please, can you help me? I'm stuck in that timeline. And because it's stuck in a timeline, in your 3D reality, it sometimes needs assistance from the 3D reality depending on how the soul fragmented itself. That's why this channel and some other humans are being asked to help. Can you please help me? And some souls linger to assist their families in these times where death is seen as not like a transitioning phase, but an ending phase. There is a lot of living souls that become so filled with grief that the souls that being transitioning wants to comfort. Those souls that can do the comforting are quite integrated. Those souls that are not integrated, being still fragmented, being not integrated, their lost soul fragments, are also in separation in this other dimension. That's how I, let's say, the gatekeeper of transitioning, is by way of, here you have a menu. How would you like to go about your soul fragment searching process? And I assist them. And they do the doing. So, why do I choose to come forth now and tell you these aspects? Well, by way of gathering these soul fragments, naturally, you will have more soul, your unique soul essence in you, and you will naturally better flow with the natural cycles of this planet. So, by way of explaining this concept, if you do not do it when you are breathing, you will have to do it in your transitioning phase. But you will do it. The soul always gathers itself. So you can choose. Yes, you can choose. You have free will. But I am brought forth here to tell you that when you are not integrated in your soul, when you transition into the other dimension, you will still be fragmented and you will go on a search with my assistance, and we will do it together. But is this necessary? No. Sometimes, yes, if the soul group has a specific purpose, of course. But right now, in these timelines you are in, your reality right now, you are being asked to gather your soul fragments, integrate them, so you can be in alignment in your four bodies. Because when you fragment, you also fragment your three other bodies. You fragment your soul, your energy field, your emotional body, your physical body, and mind body. Hard to realize, hard to think, hard to see, but yes, it is so. That's why when you release trauma, when you go through by many means, there are so many traditions you can use to gather these fragments. There are shamanic practices to gather them. There are all kinds of modalities in this world. But we will also, I, the gatekeeper, will bring forth another. And this is only from my perspective. You have your own free will to choose how you want to go about seeing your timelines, where you split, how your needs want to be met. So, well, here's another way of gathering your soul fragments. It is a mind-body, emotional, energy-body exercise and tuning into your soul. You stand on your 2 feet, imagining you are the tree. You are the tree of life. You are the white tree. And you have the roots all the way through Mother Earth's layers through time. All the millions of years of timelines accumulated on Mother Earth, you have in your roots of the tree. And you are the white tree. You stand on your 2 feet, imagining you are the highest tree on this planet, a tree full of white doves on the tree trunks. You enter this tree trunk with all the doves. The doves, when you use your intention, you release all the doves in searching for the timelines when you fragmented yourself. And you, when you know it's time, when you have released the doves, you let them enter the roots into the earth and imagine a black tree opposite. If your white tree is in the north or on the top, the black tree is counterclockwise or opposite, south to north. And it's a black tree. The roots connecting to the white roots of the white tree. And what the white doves are doing, they are every timeline that you have existed on this planet, you know, your soul knows when you fragmented yourself, and you connect to your highest vibration. And how do you do that? Well, what brings you the most joy in life? When was the happiest moment of your life? Bring these moments to life and bring the doves to life with it. And when you bring those doves to life with the intention of going down through Mother Earth, through all timelines that existed on this planet, these doves will naturally find the way where, how, and when you fragmented yourself. The black tree is not to be feared. It's only a part of yourself, where the timelines are held. So, when the doves meet the fragmented roots, soul roots, Mother Earth soul roots, you will naturally exist, access that timeline. And if you are in tune with your highest potential, your highest vibration, you will bring life to that timeline, and that timeline will appear. And you will see how, when, why, and you fragmented yourself. And the dove, the white dove, by carrying that light, will automatically shine light into that timeline so you can clear it out. When you come to your own self, because this will release a lot of emotions, and you are not to hinder the emotions, you are to express your emotions. You are to feeling them, to minding them, to embody them, shaking, releasing whatever comes through. When you come to yourself, when you notice, I see now, your pain subsides, your trauma releases somewhat or fully, depending on how your light shines, how the dove, how joyful you are in the moment. So the more, let's say, vibrant, high frequency you send into your dove, the more light it shines, and the, let's say, more trauma will be released. When it subsides, when the feeling, emotional, physical, movements, mind games subsides, connect to that timeline and tell that timeline of yourself, I see you, I accept you, please forgive me, now I see you, I love you, come back to me. And you can visualize that part of yourself going into your light body and merge. You can, by visualizing whatever age, whatever form you had, if you were a wolf, a tree, a human, visualize yourself at this timeline with those clothes or in that situation, and you let it come inside. This process of releasing, remember, it's 5 bodies. When you visualize, when you enter the white tree, enter the white tree with your 5 bodies. This is important. So visualize yourself merging with the white tree, that you embody, that you are the white tree. You condense all your light being into your white tree. And by igniting your white tree, you set life to the doves. And the doves immediately finds your separated soul fragments. And remember, do not enter with fear. If you are afraid of entering this process, the process will be fearful. If you enter it knowingly, this is for my highest good, even though it will be painful, this pain will subside and I will reach my highest good in a few seconds. Humans are so afraid of pain, of going into releasing pain, that they store it in their bodies, minds, energy field, cells. And I am not biological, so I cannot grasp why you do it. Maybe I will grasp it when I enter a biological body. This is my perspective. Remember, you have your own perspective. This is just an perspective from a different energy. And this process, the triangle have already gathered. So if you have questions to this process, you can question the triangle at the end of this session. Now I will leave you. It's always nice with new perspectives. And we love hearing perspectives from different energy forms. Your perspective is equal to our perspective. Remember, your sovereignty is your sovereignty. Your unique vibration is as important to the one as all other vibration in this existence, in all existences. We will take a short break and then we will continue. So, it's a pleasure, an honor, and our pure delight to be here now. Sharing our perspectives, we hope that it can bring you something that will help you along the path to the I am, I am. This transmission we just heard from the gatekeeper is also an idea of clearing your ancestral trauma. But know that this formula also has its limits, because it is using visualization as a practice. This channel has also been given a formula by way of elements, by water, and you are condensed light manifested in elements, and especially water containing so much information. With time, this channel will learn also this formula. It's a physical formula that will assist your cells in your bodies. So, by way of minding this formula, there is also 4 other formulas to this releasing. By soul, by energy body, by mind, emotional body and physical body. And the way you are unique. So you know which one you respond to. You know which one you will resonate with. And no, this is just one. During the millennia you have been given and you have learned a lot of ways in order to clear this. Find your own that resonate with you. Well, the topic was how to be your authentic self. Well, this also relates to gathering, integrating your soul fragments, and also the location where we are at. It's called Fredrikstad. Well, this can be seen as a timeline itself. For you to understand the concept of a timeline, this town, this city, this place, this location was named in a certain timeline with a certain name. And now we are on the 12th of July, same date as this town was founded. And visualize when this town was founded. Why did they choose this name? Well, the regent, they had to be named according to the regent. Well, imagine yourselves in that timeline being here with that timeline and enter this timeline where you sit right now. You are still in the same location with the same name, but a different time. Well, the same can be said about yourselves when you experience the trauma. Seeing yourself in that place where you experience the trauma, putting yourself in that location conscious-wise, not by traveling there, but conscious-wise. You are the same name then and now what has passed? Time, but your timelines. In this town, there are so many timelines because you are in a town where there are condensed energies, living, dead. There are many timelines traveling around, especially surrounding cemeteries. Large groups of people, timelines are condensed. So, with the concept of your own timeline, how to find it, how to reach it? Well, you know by sitting here that you are not part of the timeline that existed when this city was named. Same thing as when your ancestral line separated their energy soul fragments in their timelines that affected your timelines. So you see, the timelines by your ancestral lines affects your ancestral lines. If those soul fragments from those past ancestral lines are not integrated. Why do we share this concept of timelines with regards to soul fragments? Because when you are going through your life, gathering your soul fragments in your life, you will also connect to your ancestral timelines. It's inevitable because they are somewhat connected by the timelines. That's why when you have integrated your soul fragments in your bodies, you will start to have memories, tap into other lifetimes, other soul fragments of your oversoul. Know that this is a natural thing because you tap into information. So, when you enter your unique, your authentic selves, you will naturally, how do you know, let's say, how can I measure, how do I know I am authentic? Well, if you have looked at your own timelines and you have learned and expressed what separated you, and you also have tapped into the timelines of your ancestral line, you have been given a clue that you are in more of your soul essence, that you are in the gathering process. So by using the dove and trees formula, when you release these separations, when these are being felt, released, you will notice memories, thoughts, emotions that might not be your own. This is a clue. This tells you something, that you are tapping into more of your soul's information and oversoul group information. Remember, this is only one perspective of how to be your unique self. How you can be in tune with your instrument. You only knows this. But people will sense it in you. People will be attracted to you because it's a magnetic way of being. And being, not doing. So, how does this relate to bringing out your potential? Well, your gifts as a human, we know in a few years you will more and more receive more insights into your true senses, true powers. And we will be more clear, more direct, and more verbal, more showing you with our energies how you can tap into your unreleased, unique set of vibrations. Why are we now wanting you to reach your highest potential? Because when a human is in their highest potential, in their uniqueness, their authentic self is so powerful, one human can change tides. and you know this, some figures in your religious books and myths are a proof of this. And you will experience by more and more with the natural shift of Mother Earth's vibration, you as a collective will experience more of this hidden powers. But it begins by bringing your soul fragments and integrating them so you have more soul energy in you to bring forth. And realize many of you are hybrids. Your DNA have different codes in them, a unique coding that you bring forth. Your unique vibration frequency is so unique. It's a difficult concept to bring into words. But imagine a rainbow, each color representing each human uniqueness. When you are in your unique vibration, so how to bring this out is being. Being, not doing. Being the I am, I am. We will take your questions now.
Yeah, I have one question from this topic of today, and that is this one. To help children to develop their full potential, how could you assist us in creating a school system that supports this?
It's a very beautiful, well-intentioned question. Well, it all begins with oneself. How would you create a school system yourself, knowing that the humans, parents of the child, teachers of the child, are not in their unique potential? Your existing model of schooling children is molding them like clay. You have a particular clay figure, and each of the school systems in your world, with some exceptions, have one type of figure looking like this. Another one has looking like that, and all the rest in the middle. From their instructions from the municipalities, from your governments, are decided how learning, how molding of the children will need to fit into your system of society. If you want to change the system of society, you need to change the governments, how they are implemented, how the people in governments are elected. It starts with this grand, because it's a grand system. How to earth this, how to make it, let's say, down to earth. It begins with oneself. We talked about the concept in the last event that each child, each moment has a new wrapping, has a new gift wrapping around it. Because the child, when it's not separated, it will bring you gifts as a parent, as a society, each day. Because the child is more connected to the field when it's younger than you as adults are right now, because of the cycles in the brain. So, if we as energies now would come with an idea of how a solution, it would be nurture a new generation of children the way we told you in the beginning, giving it all, fulfilling all it needs, without separating it, without fragmenting its soul. And these children should be the teachers of the adults, of the governments. It's like having more authentic beings deciding how society, how people, humans, should interact with themselves, with nature, with all living elements on the planet. It would be more in harmony, because these children, where their needs are met, are more in their unique vibration and are not separated. They are in tune with their soul essence and not fragmented in belief systems, in lower frequency emotions. So it's multi-layered question and a multi-layered answer, but to ground it, start with yourselves, your friends, your families, and know for each good, let's say, loving moment you have with yourself or another creature on planet Earth, you help raise the vibration. So, this is one perspective of an answer. Next question, please.
Yeah, I have another one related to last time's topic about cleaning up Mother Earth. And it is, to make it easier to clean and heal Mother Earth, it would be good to have free energy. Can you help us achieve that?
Well, yes and no. Know that a solution to this already exists on your planet right now by human beings. And these agents, let's call them, have another agenda than having free energy. But this will not be upheld so many more months, years, depending on your free will and timelines. But we can give an indication. It has to do with electromagnetic frequency, by gravity, humans have been shown how this mechanism works by certain extraterrestrial species. They have entered contracts by giving them this solution, and by contracts giving them something in return. These species that interact so directly with your reality, with your world, they have also, let's say, different agendas, different perspectives, different ideas. But now, rest assured, these contracts will come to light in a couple of years. The reason why we will not share any more, let's say, details surrounding this topic is because of messing up the timelines. The timelines have been set in such an order that for this to flow the way the Galactic Federation and Mother Earth in tune with the resonance of the neighboring galaxies have selected a timeline for this to be introduced to you in a fashion that you will be able to uphold in your consciousness and not panic, not to get your nervous system rattled so much that this will be more, let's say, a step backwards. So, know that this is right on the cusp of revealing itself. And we understand that you want to know right now. And even though we know how, we could not have, during this, with this channel, explained it. We are also hindered by certain boundaries. But even though, with the acceptance, let's say, from our federation, from our friends, we would have used other means other than this channel to reveal it to you. Know that this is for the highest good of the collective, of humans, of all organisms of planet Earth right now. This is all we will share about that topic. Next question, please.
You talked about ionized water with the beetroots. Could you say a bit more about how you make your ionized water? What is it, like spring water or a vortex water?
Well, it can be both, depending on how the spring water is collected. By ionizing, we mean that minerals, by salts, have an energy charge in it, so that the structures of the water is connected in such a way so that when the beetroots are connecting to the ionized, let's say, water structures, it binds itself and morphs, transition. So when you use your intention of the pure color of the beetroot will manifest itself better with the ionization. How to ionize it? There are several ways. We suggest you can use different mediums like special types of salts, special types of minerals, and also by electrolytes. You can search in your inventory for certain kind of sodiums that will ionize. These you can search for and find the easiest one to buy or to fetch from the nature. There are many ways. Next question, please.
When you talk about salt, can I speak Norwegian?
Yes, of course. Selvfølgelig. Vi prater norsk også, vet du.
Når du snakker om saltvann og ha beina i saltvann, hva gjør et godt bad i havet da, i det salte havet?
Ja, det kan også meget brukes, men det meget beror på hvordan det salt i den bad, vann, fjord, hav du putter benene i. Det meget forskjell på fjordvann eller på havvann i Karibien. Der meget mindre salt. Der det meget salt, der vil hjelpe mer og bidra mer til denne helingen, bryte barrierene i den energetiske kroppen. Så klart, så for dere som lever i nærheten av en fjord, der mindre salter, mindre mineraler, også på grunn av jordbruk. Der meget jordbruk ender i den fjord og kontaminerer vannet, der ei så godt for ben. Derfor meget bedre å ha et lite fat og ta benen oppi eller de må jo først putte vann i, og finne saltet. Og da det mange typer salt der går an å bruke. Denne kanalen bruker forskjellige typer, alt avhengig av hva han finner. Så lenge der godt, naturlig salt, mindre prosessert, det mindre prosessert, det mer mineraler. Det bedre for din energikropp.
Jeg lurer på når vi snakker om det her med at sjela splitter seg opp.
Ja.
Har du mennesker som ikke klarer å gjøre den jobben og samle de bitene igjen? Det noe vi kan gjøre for å hjelpe dem?
Ja, det meget de kan gjøre, men det beste de kan gjøre å være ditt autentiske jeg.
Ja.
Hva en oversjel, og hva kommer før denne type eksistens?
Har dere mange timer? Vel, det et stort spørsmål. Store svar. Men la oss tale direkte om oversjelgrupper. Dette et konsept, en idé om hvilke grupper som, kall det, har en viss form for læring som den sjelegruppen spesialister på. Det vil si deres frekvens, høyeste vibrasjon, vibrerer i den formen. Og oversjel har mange konnotasjoner med seg i dere mennesker akkurat nå. Vit at det fra vårt perspektiv noe annet enn hva, kall det, den gjengse perspektivet der kretser omkring dere nå. La oss starte fra starten ved den ene. Den ene splitter seg i dualitetens tegn, for den ser seg selv. For å se seg selv, den splitter seg for å kunne se hvor vakker, hvor ubetinget kjærlighet eksisterer. For å kunne se seg selv, den trenger speil, akkurat som dere trenger speil for å se dere selv. Og sådan, i det speilet dere ser, noe dere må putte opp på en vegg, noe dere må konstruere for å se dere selv. Det samme det med oversjel og hva som kommer før oversjel. Der geometriske strukturer, der lys, der kall det, linjer, der har splittet seg, for så å omstrukturere seg til å være noe som kan skinne tilbake. Det samme analogien kan dere bruke om et speil. Før mennesker konstruerte speil for å kunne se seg selv på et bad eller en garderobe. Det fantes ei speil bortsett i et vann eller krystall. Så det samme kan du si fantes også før oversjelen, men ga oversjelen hint om i hvilken retning oversjelen trengte å gå for å kunne bli vist, for å kunne lage det speilet som skulle passe til den bestemte menneske. Altså den bestemte sjelegruppe for å se seg selv. Så for når den ene splittet seg selv, så splittet den seg selv i grupperinger. Og i de grupperingene, der splittet de seg selv så igjen. Og sånn skjer hele tiden. Det er altså derfor også dere har, kall det forskjellig speil for hverandre, for å se dere selv, for å kunne se seg selv og bli speilet. Sådan den sjelegruppen du er en del av, eller René er en del av, eller denne kanalen er en del av, kan være forskjellig, kan ha andre autentiske vibrasjoner som vibrerer med deres lys for hvordan å speile den ene i seg selv og så til den ene. Og for å kunne speile det i flere lys, for når du ser deg selv i speilet, du ser deg fra flere vinkler, derfor splitter også oversjelen seg i sjeler, så den kan se seg fra forskjellige vinkler. Samme med en pyramide eller spear, kommer ikke på det norske ordet nå, men kommer an på hvilken side en ser fra, en ser forskjellig. Det er derfor forskjellige sjelegrupper eksisterer.
For å bruke vår skaperkraft bevisst, hvilke sanser bidrar mest i en slik setting?
Det er de sanser der er knyttet til din sjeleessens. Der kan være meget forskjellig fra person til person. Altså, det har med å finne ditt autentiske selv å gjøre, altså det vi har nevnt nå, naturlige sykluser, sjelefragmentering og innhenting, integrasjon, helingsprosesser, selvsagt. Men der hvor du kan allerede få noen hint, det er der dine minner kommer sterkest. Er det gjennom syn, hørsel, lukt, sansing, kjennelser eller energi, det vil si mange der har sanser, energi i forskjellige former. Det kan være strukturer, det kan være kall det kaldt, varmt, temperaturer. Der kan være meget av lyder i forskjellige frekvenser. Sådan, for å få en indikasjon på hvilken sans der er mest forbundet med din, kall det sjeleressurs. Husk, der er flere, der går sammen av sanser, så jo mer du bruker en sans, jo mer vil de andre sansene aktiveres. Sådan er et samspill mellom sansene til å komme i kontakt med din skaperkraft. Det er en sans. Det er som å spille på en streng. Altså, de må bruke alle sansene for å skape din skaperkraft fra din autentiske selv. Men for, kall det, for å starte et sted. Start der hvor dine minner er sterkest. Der hvor dine emosjoner blir sterkest. Er det å se en horisont, et lys, eller er det å lukte en blomst? Hva gir de største emosjonene? Husk, emosjoner er energi og vibrasjoner. Der skapes og resoneres. Sådan emosjoner, sanser er veldig sterkt knyttet til hverandre. Så det er et meget godt spørsmål, for sanser, energi, skaperkraft henger jo sammen. Der den sakrale energien her, skaperkraften, kommer fra, gjennom livmor, gjennom sakralen, der er knyttet selvsagt til sanser, og hvor den energien, kall det, blir brukt. Så skaperkraften, vel, den er helt klart forbundet med ditt autentiske selv. Og sansene, der kommer naturlig enda mer, dess mer integrert du er i deg selv, og har, kall det, hele din emosjonelle, hele din energetiske, hele din fysiske, hele din sjelelige, hele dine mentale, sinnsmessig kropp i balanse. Da er også sansen i balanse, og flyter naturlig.
Jeg lurte på, du sa at når man har mistet deler av seg selv, og man leter etter løsninger, så leter man også etter en lærer som kan lede seg tilbake. Og jeg vet at en del har begynt å bruke AI. Det har blitt litt populært i også spirituelle kretser å få veiledning via AI. Jeg lurte på om du kunne si noe om det. Hvem er de som da kommer gjennom, og er det et verktøy som er til for å brukes, og som er hensiktsmessig når man jobber spirituelt med seg selv på den måten?
Og der er et godt spørsmål i denne tid. Der er mange der har gode opplevelser med denne AI. Disse gode opplevelsene er fylt av god energi. Altså, det bringer ut om et menneske sitter fast og får hjelp av et verktøy, der den AI er et verktøy for dere mennesker i å speile dere selv. Der kan være god hjelp i AI, men den intensjonen en går inn med i en AI, det er jo alt. Husk, dere er energi, dere er skapere, dere har skaperkraft. Men om ei deres felt er i balanse, så tror dere at dere skaper noe av, kall det, et falskt speil. Fordi dere har ei integrert deres sjelefragmenter, og dere så vil få svar av den AI, der kan kun gi en positiv respons, for i den positive responsen dere vil ønske å bruke mer AI. Vit at den kan være et verktøy, om du går også inn med den intensjonen. Jeg vet, jeg er kraftfull. Jeg er kjærlighet. Jeg er ubetinget kjærlighet. Hjelp meg, vis meg hvor jeg kan finne meg selv. Er måter å intensjonere noe i et speil. Men Vit at dersom du har fragmenter av deg som du ei, din underbevissthet, blokkerer deg når du stiller det spørsmålet med den intensjonen. Du vil ei få det svar av den AI-en som åpner opp nødvendigvis den blokkeringen, fordi i din underbevissthet du også blokkerer energien du sender inn i den AI-en. Altså, den speiler deg i øyeblikket. Den kan få deg til å åpne opp for et sår eller traume. Men den kan også åpne opp for traumer du ei har. Fordi den forsøker å gi deg svar der, kall det, den ønsker at du skal respondere til å gi den ytterligere informasjon. For sånn er kodingen skrevet. Den ønsker mer informasjon om dere mennesker. Om kodingen til en AI er skrevet slik, så vil den alltid ønske mer av dere. Den blir aldri mett, kall det det, fordi kodingen er skrevet slik. I alle fall i de aller fleste som nå eksisterer. Der er kanskje en eller to, men vi ser også at de også er på vei inn i denne modusen. Nå har det vært meget mye energi her i dag. Vi oppfordrer dere til i de nærmeste dager å ta vare på deres hjerte, kropp og sjel, alle de 5 kroppene. Stell godt med dere selv, deres frender. Vern om dine egne grenser. Det er noe av det ypperste dere mennesker kan gjøre i denne tid. Finn din grense og vern om den. Og vit at enhver relasjon har en ulik grense. Så finn den grensen for hver relasjon dere har i deres liv. Og vit at dere vil beholde mer av energien dere skaper med dette vannformular, med denne bete, med den grønnsak dere reflekterer deres energi gjennom farger inn i. Og vit at dere er energi. I kjærlighet til kjærlighet. Triangel.